Cadbury instant hot chocolate. It's always good. It comes with all the ingredients all in one, which is good news. I must say that trying to keep any kind of milk going when you don't have a fridge is never easy, but you just got to do the best you can. So I kind of buy milk, drink it a little bit, and then where's the spoon? And then I just use it for kind of daily coffee or hot chocolate. And then when I'm done with that, I just kind of drink it and buy another one. There's no other way to do it really. So this cooker really does it really quickly, which is quite nice. I've kind of realized that, I don't know, if you boil the water then put the instant hot chocolate in afterwards, it's got a completely different taste to when you actually boil it while the instant hot chocolate's in with the water at the same time. It's got a different flavor. So everyone to his own, I suppose. It's going to be good. Just don't fall over. Yeah, I was surprised how damp it got, but I think it's because of the clear skies. So that must have just turned on the taps. It was very damp and very wet, but happy days, the sun's up and I'm sure it will dry things out quite quickly. Probably didn't get too cold. I mean, it's surprisingly warm apparently for this time of the year in Scotland. It's going to be probably about 8 degrees at the moment, and going to get up to the 20s, which is really awesome. So I'm quite blessed to have awesome weather, and there's at least 15 or 18 airfields in this whole vicinity. Apparently this was the area where there were a lot of bases set up to protect or send squadrons out to the Norway coast, and that's why this area is kind of synonymous with having a lot of old RAF airfields. So there's a few that I've kind of looked at already, but some of them are just, there's really nothing left there. But I'm quite excited today to see the ones that do have some kind of remains of a runway or buildings or structures of any kind. So looking forward to going to see those. So we'll see how that goes. Right, this looks good. So yeah, I think why kind of airfields? Well, for me, it's having had my pilot's license since 1992. I've always had a keen interest in aviation, and as a young kid I was one of those kids that always looked up at everything that flew overhead, and I started out flying a kind of control line models, always going down to the airports and flying these control line models, which were awesome PT-19 and PT-17. They were just awesome. Made my own balsa models with these little baby bee engines, and that was really always cool fun. And then I progressed to like flying radio control models. I tried my hand at helicopters, and in those days when I was kind of flying these things, they didn't have gyros and made it really difficult to fly. It was kind of like balancing a marble on a balloon, which was like difficult, but it was a lot of fun. And I mean, I think it set the tone for me to want to become a pilot. And yeah, so I started out doing some gliding out at Orient in Krugersdorp, which was really an amazing experience. I must say that was good fun, and I did about 35 hours of flying gliders initially, but never really took on, and I decided no, I was a bit bored of hanging around and always helping wave a wing off and keeping a wing off the ground, but the flying experience was amazing. So I decided to do my pilot's license in 1992, power pilot's license, and that was done in Midrand area. And yeah, I think it was also did about 40 hours of flying. I soloed at around 7 hours, which was pretty average, I think, for most pilots doing their training at that stage. And I did my training at Avex Air at Grand Central. It was an awesome experience, and I was so chuffed to like get it, and I've managed to hold that license until today. So yeah, I'll be chatting a little bit more about some of my flying experiences. I've had some really good times. I started out just renting aircraft and flying those kind of planes all over the show, and always wanted to go further afield and see where I could go. And you know, that point of view from the air is just like amazing. It's always about the destination and where you're going and what you can see, and kind of being in control, which and the freedom of it, really. I thoroughly enjoyed it and have always enjoyed it. And later on I decided, yeah, well, instead of renting planes, I thought I'd build my own plane. So I'll chat a little bit more about that in another episode. But yeah, I built a plane called a Dragonfly. It was an equal span canard, Bert Rutan design. That took me 5 years. I built it in my garage. Really exciting experience and a lot of dedication. I mean, 5 years is a long time to wait, but in the interim I was renting planes and just enjoying flying Cessnas and Pipers and Tomahawks and various different types of aircraft. And I sort of got a thing about tailwheel aircraft later on, which I can chat about as well. But building that Dragonfly, wow, that was an amazing experience. And as I say, I'll chat a little bit more about that in another episode. So yeah, let's have this hot chocolate. I hope it's not too going to burn my lips. It's perfect. By the way, this duck on a motorbike is quite cool. My son Casper gave it to me just before I left, so it's like a little memento to bring along with me on this trip. So far it's been amazing. I've really enjoyed the trip. It's quite a lot of work packing up a bike and heading off and camping and riding probably 300-400 kilometers a day. But I must say, I'm in my happy space when I'm on the bike itself. I think packing up, setting up tents, etc. can be a bit tiresome, and I think also having too much stuff is just like, I don't know, I kind of need the stuff, and I keep like thinking, should I ship back home, or what should I do with the stuff? But generally I kind of need it. The bike's not like overly heavy, it's just I don't have space for anything else. It's like both panniers are full, the top box is full, and it's like when I want to stop and buy just some basic groceries, I haven't even got space to like put in a couple of beers or some basic food, so I just don't have any more space. Anyway, cheers, have a good day, and thanks for watching.